and the sun beat down on the dusty plains, casting long shadows and creating a mirage of shimmering heat waves that danced on the horizon. The relentless heat baked the earth a pale red, turning the ground into a cracked mosaic of parched soil. It was the day of the Buckatown Down races, a day where fortunes were won and lost and legends were born. The air was thick with anticipation and the crowd's excitement was palpable. Amongst the throng of hopefuls were two unlikely contenders, each with their own story and dreams. The first was a seasoned grey called Tricolour, affectionately known as the Trickler. His coat gleamed under the sun, a testament to his once glorious past. He was known for his deceptive speed, often lagging behind before unleashing a burst of energy in the final stretch. His strategy was one of patience and timing, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The Trickler, however, had seen better days. His once powerful legs now showed signs of wear, and his eyes held a wisdom born of countless races. His training had been inconsistent at best, thanks to his owner, Old Mick, a man who believed in intuition over routine. Mick's methods were unconventional, often leaving onlookers scratching their heads. Then there was the mare. A spirited chestnut, she was entered in the hack race, a contest for less pedigreed horses. Her fiery spirit was evident in every step she took. The hack race was a different kind of challenge, one that tested the heart and determination of its participants. The chestnut mare was ready to prove her worth. Her owner, a young lad named Tommy, was as green as they came, but his enthusiasm was infectious. He had dreams of glory and believed in his mare with all his heart. The mare, however, was as unpredictable as the wind. One moment she was focused and determined, the next she was playful and distracted. Her training was a series of stops and starts, depending on Tommy's chores and whims. Despite the challenges, their bond grew stronger with each passing day. No one expected much from either horse, but in the unpredictable world of racing, anything was possible. The starting line was a place of dreams and possibilities, where the underdogs could rise to greatness. As the horses lined up at the starting gate, the tension was palpable. The crowd held its breath, waiting for the signal that would set the race in motion. With a thunderous roar, the gates flew open and the horses surged forward, hooves pounding the earth in a symphony of power and grace. True to his nature, the Trickler lagged behind, conserving his energy for the final stretch. His eyes were focused, his mind calculating the perfect moment to make his move. The chestnut mare, on the other hand, ran with wild abandon, her spirit unrestrained. She was a force of nature, driven by pure instinct and the bond she shared with Tommy. The spectators watched in awe and concern, their emotions a mix of hope and doubt. They knew that in this race anything could happen. As the race neared its climax, the Trickler began to accelerate, his muscles rippling with effort. Determination burned in his eyes as he closed the gap between him and the leaders. The chestnut mare pushed herself to the limit, her breath coming in ragged gasps. She was giving it her all, driven by the dreams of a young boy who believed in her. In the final stretch, the two unlikely contenders found themselves neck and neck, their fates intertwined in a moment of pure competition. The finish line loomed ahead, a blur of motion and colour. The crowd's cheers reached a fever pitch as the horses gave their final push. In a breathtaking finish, the Trickler and the chestnut mare crossed the finish line together, their efforts a testament to the power of determination and heart. The spectators erupted in cheers, their voices a chorus of joy and disbelief. Tommy hugged his mare, tears of pride and happiness streaming down his face. Old Mick patted the Trickler, a rare smile breaking across his weathered face. In that moment, the old horse had proven that he still had the heart of a champion. As the sun set over the racetrack, casting a golden glow, the day of the Buckatown Down races came to a close. It was a day that would be remembered for its unexpected heroes and the magic of the race. The Trickler and the chestnut mare stood side by side, a new bond formed between them. They had shown the world that with heart and determination, anything was possible. As the racetrack emptied and the crowd dispersed, a sense of calm and satisfaction filled the air. The day had ended, but the memories would linger, a testament to the spirit of the race. The Trickler and the chestnut mare walked away together, their heads held high. A new journey was beginning, one filled with hope, dreams, and the promise of more races to come. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the story of the Trickler and the hack came to an end. but their legacy would live on in the hearts of those who witnessed their incredible race. The air crackled with anticipation as the first race approached. Tommy, his face flushed with excitement, led the mare towards the starting line.
Let her run her own race, lad. Don't you go holding her back.
However, the chaos of the starting line proved too much for young Tommy. Overwhelmed by the shouting and the jostling horses, he tightened his grip on the reins, inadvertently pulling the mare back just as the starting gun fired. The other horses surged forward, leaving Tommy and the mare trailing behind. By the time Tommy realized his mistake, it was too late. The mare, confused and agitated, never found her rhythm. They finished the race dead last, much to the amusement of the seasoned racegoers. Old Mick, though disappointed, chose not to berate the boy.
Racing ain't just about speed, lad. It's about knowing your horse and knowing when to let go.
As the day wore on, the anticipation in the air grew palpable. The crowd's excitement was almost tangible as all eyes turned towards the main event, the race that the Trickler was in. This was no ordinary race, it was the culmination of months of hard work, dedication, and an unbreakable bond between man, horse, and dog. Old Mick, a man of few words and many years of experience, went about his preparations with a quiet confidence that spoke volumes. His every movement was deliberate, each action a testament to the countless hours he had spent honing his craft. He washed down the Trickler, his weathered hands moving over the horse's coat with practiced ease. The horse stood still, almost as if it understood the importance of the moment. The bond between them was evident in every gentle stroke, every whispered word of encouragement. By his side, a constant companion observed the proceedings with keen interest. This was no ordinary observer, it was Victor, Old Mick's faithful kangaroo dog, who had been by his side through thick and thin. Victor was more than just a pet. He was a loyal friend, a trusted partner, and an integral part of the team. His eyes followed every movement, his ears perked up at every sound, as if he too was preparing for the race. Victor was no ordinary dog. He was a unique blend of breeds, with the wiry build of a kangaroo dog and the keen intelligence of a border collie. This combination made him not only agile and fast, but also incredibly smart and intuitive. More than just a pet, Victor was the Tricklers' training partner, pace setter, and confidant. He had been there for every training session, every early morning run, and every late night strategy meeting. He'd chase after the horse during training runs, his barks echoing across the plains. His presence pushed the Trickler to run faster, to push harder, and to never give up. It was as if Victor understood the stakes, the importance of every single run. The locals joked that Victor knew the Trickler's racing strategy better than Old Mick himself. They would laugh and say that if Victor could talk, he'd be the best coach in the business. But beneath the humor lay a grain of truth. Victor's understanding of the race, his ability to anticipate the Trickler's moves, and his unwavering support were invaluable. The bond between the old man, the horse, and the dog was a sight to behold, a testament to years of mutual respect and understanding. It was a relationship built on trust, love, and a shared passion for the race. As they stood together, ready to face the challenge ahead, it was clear that they were more than just a team. They were a family, united by a common goal and an unbreakable bond. The Buckatown Down races were unlike any other. This annual event, held in the heart of the Australian outback, was a spectacle that drew people from miles around. It was a celebration of tradition, community, and the unbreakable spirit of the outback. Held on a makeshift track carved out of the rugged terrain, the races were a chaotic yet exhilarating affair. The track, marked by nothing more than a few hastily erected posts and some rope, was a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the locals. Bookies bellowed odds from atop rickety stools, their voices competing with the neighing of horses and the laughter of the crowd. These bookies, with their weathered faces and quick wit, were as much a part of the event as the races themselves. They added a layer of excitement and unpredictability to the proceedings. Families picnicked under the shade of gum trees, spreading out blankets and sharing homemade treats. Children, with their faces smeared with dirt and joy, chased stray dogs and dreamed of becoming jockeys. The sense of community was palpable, with everyone coming together to enjoy the day. The air was thick with the smell of dust, sweat, and anticipation. The sun beat down mercilessly, but no one seemed to mind. The excitement of the races and the camaraderie of the crowd made the heat bearable. The grandstand, a rickety wooden structure that looked like it might collapse at any moment, was packed with spectators. They leaned forward, eyes glued to the track, eager for a glimpse of the action. The creaking of the wood under the weight of the crowd added to the sense of anticipation. Among them were seasoned gamblers, their faces etched with years of wins and losses, and wide-eyed newcomers caught up in the infectious excitement of the day. The seasoned gamblers, with their knowing glances and quiet confidence, contrasted sharply with the newcomers, who were wide-eyed and full of nervous energy. The races were more than just a competition. They were a social event, a chance for the scattered communities of the outback to come together and share stories, laughter, and the thrill of the chase. It was a time to reconnect with old friends, make new ones, and celebrate the unique culture of the outback. And the Bucketown Down races were a testament to the enduring spirit of the outback, a place where tradition and community came together in a vibrant, unforgettable celebration. As the main race approached, a hush fell over the crowd. The bookies paused in their shouting, their eyes scanning the horses being led to the starting line. The Trickler, his coat gleaming under the afternoon sun, seemed to grow taller, his ears pricked with anticipation. Old Mick, his weathered face unreadable, tightened the saddle one last time, muttering words of encouragement only the horse could hear.
Easy now, boy. This is your moment. Show 'em what you got.
The other horses, a mix of seasoned campaigners and hopeful newcomers, pawed at the ground, their nostrils flaring as they took in the electric atmosphere. The jockeys, a colourful bunch in their silks and helmets, adjusted their goggles and whispered last-minute instructions to their mounts. The tension was palpable, a tangible force that held everyone in its grip. Even Victor, usually a bundle of boundless energy, sat quietly by old Mick's side, his keen eyes following the Tricklers' every move.